Shit.
Okay, we're recording now.
Dude, I'm about to go to in The Shining into your mind right now, dude, and chase you around like a little girl.
We can be funny after I just bitched about something in my personal life for 20 minutes that I can't reference on the podcast.
Here's the specifics. No, I mean, I get it, dude.
We can't talk about it.
No, it's fine, dude. We can talk about it. I mean,
Jace just said, let's talk about this off mic so we don't talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, because people who listen to the podcast are involved in the
honestly,
complaining
listen
I was
to me.
doing.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
The more you open up about how much you hate child support, the more
Wait, I don't get the bit.
I was bitching about my baby mama.
I got
I mean, there's a lot of people that share your views with this stuff.
Right.
Wait, why is that funny?
Because it's just the idea that
because black people do child support and stuff?
Nope.
Is that the joke you're making?
No, it's
no,
the
not
joke
at
is
all.
the joke is more that by the way, you
because
look.
if so, we're gonna need to cut that out. We're gonna need to edit that out.
By the way, I've never seen you look more like a Pepe. You have a green hoodie on with the thing pulled over and the earbuds on, make it look like frog eyes.
Yeah, dude,
it's beautiful.
You're becoming a Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the Joker movie, but if it was just Pepe.
So,
but he's just like, is it just me, or are things getting a little more honkler?
So just
out
honkler,
there?
yeah,
the honkler, yeah.
So Ben, to clarify, I was insinuating that Ben
black
or that
people.
Jace has a child that he's not paying child support for.
But baby mama, like that's not a thing a white guy said.
Well, I said baby. To be fair, I said baby mama.
Well, you're both canceled. First
First things fucking last. You're canceled.
I'm holding court now on the podcast,
right?
And I'm not going to tolerate anything that's even close to the edge.
You got the tea, sis.
Why are you slamming your glass?
It's like a
the gavel.
Jesus,
what are you on that goof juice right now, pal? You're all hopped up on goofballs.
We
right
just
now.
watched Dr. Sleep, and Ben had to have a massive relapse because of it.
Yeah.
I started writing a short story.
Oh yeah.
While you guys enjoyed your escapism on the smart television.
What was your short story about?
Ben is.
I don't know yet.
It was about an old man at the sea.
Are you saying that we're like the guys that suck the magic essence from children, and you're like the child that creates the magic essence?
Are you referencing the movie? I barely paid attention to it.
We over here consuming, and y'all be out there producing.
So what happens in the Dr. Sleep? They suck energy out of kids?
No, so it's the movie's called Dr. Sleep, and it's about Bill Cosby in the 80s. And that's the movie.
Man, you got me so close. That was dangerous, man. I almost got Zevia out.
Oh, I'm in the Overlook Hotel, and I'm going to rape all the ghosts.
My daddy made the one stop to the boiler room.
Right.
Okay, you can't do a Cosby impression while drinking grape soda.
Oh, that is true.
That's actually true.
Oh, it's actually black cherry, so it's fine.
Well, the word black is in there.
My
Sorry.
God.
It's Afro-American cherry I'm drinking.
Jesus. Well, welcome to the podcast.
I think we got to play the music.
I guess I should have played the intro right there.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll edit it out in post.
Yeah.
A feeling of worry, nervousness, will unleash, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome.
If this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato. Oh God, they're gonna know I'm dumb.
Welcome to Brain Jail. Hey bitches, hey girl. Come on inside. Welcome to Brain Jail. This is a female-friendly podcast, bitch. If you a female, you can open up your ears and close your legs. 'Cause we ain't gonna try to fuck you, and we just gonna listen to you, baby girl.
Mm-hmm. We will try to fuck you, though.
Hey, bitch. Welcome to Brain Jail. I'm Kevin Tink, and that's Benjamin Allen Avery and his brother Jace Avery. Jace today is playing the fireman character from every calendar of a sexy fireman pose. He's got the axe and he's got his pants off with the overalls.
How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you roast me slowly and awkwardly?
I know you had your calendar shoot before, before the pod.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I dropped my fucking vape.
Jace,
fuck damn it.
We were trying to record tonight, and Jace was like, can't do it. Absolutely cannot do it. And then I came over to the house and I had a spyglass. And I looked through the window, and you were just taking selfies.
Okay.
In the mirror.
All right.
And
I will not be attacked on the podcast like this.
And then we came in and we're like, Jace, you said we couldn't record. You said the most important thing you have to do in your life is tonight.
I had to send the selfies in for the calendar.
Yeah, why were you busy tonight? You said you couldn't.
I had to do a bunch of drawings, and I was able to get them finished on time.
Oh, nice. How many did you finish?
I did 2.5, but the last one's almost finished. So
what were the drawings of?
They were all shitty and they suck, but I got them finished, and I can post them, so I feel good.
Well,
nice.
As long as you're finishing something, so you can, hack. It's nice to have a reason to hate yourself than to just, like, in a general way, just hate who you are.
Rather than take time off to maybe like refresh my creative battery, I'm just gonna force shit out there.
Yeah.
Because if I don't get 200 likes on something every day, I have to kill myself, and that's the law.
That's how I am with my macaroni necklaces. I'm like, if I don't get 6 or 7 of them out every day, it's not about necessarily how good the macaroni necklace is. It's the fact that I'm creating the macaroni.
You're like Uncut Gems, but for macaroni art.
Yeah. I haven't seen Uncut Gems, but I'm sure.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a little Jew heavy.
I like it.
What's the disease? Is there a mental...
Judaism.
Oh.
All right.
What, because I was thinking when Jace was talking about his art and stuff, you know how do you feel like when you post something, you never know how it's going to do?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so maybe it's just the internet then, but I feel like this is how I always, and I don't want to talk about stand-up, but this is how it always was with jokes. I never knew if a joke was going to work, and still with like tweets, I'm just like, oh, I think this is really funny, and sometimes I think it's not funny, and whatever is in me is just like post it anyway, and sometimes I do post it,
right?
And then it does really well, and a lot of people think it's funny, and like screenshot it and send it to me like, this was great. So like, is there? I feel like most people know if something's funny or not. I guess I just don't know if other people find something to be good, or like I watch movies. I watched the M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village.
Okay.
I thought it was fucking terrific. And I looked at the reviews for it. It's like the go-to movie for people to shit on movies.
Yeah, famously shit on movies.
I thought it was great.
I watched Lady in the Water the other day. I thought it was really good. It also gets shit on a lot.
Well, Ben, you notoriously have bad taste.
So is that it? Do I just have bad taste?
I think you might have bad taste.
Okay.
No, you just you're just a person, and you can be different than other
You're just
people.
You're wrong. You know what I mean? And you better get your shit in line.
Do I just lack like perspective?
Yeah. Here's what you want to do. Go online, type in top 100 movies all time.
Oh.
And then in your diary, write down, hey, just realize what my favorite movies of all time were. And then just adopt that list. And then
kids I went to film school with literally did that. They watched every movie in the top 100 IMDb.
Number 1, Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, so this was people's favorite movie because that was what everybody's question at this Christian film school I went to, which was a fucking nightmare.
Right. Which a Christian film school, you might as well just take $50,000 and just burn it.
Was it called Lights, Camera, Jesus?
It was in LA.
Yeah, nails crosses action.
I got to take
Lights,
it.
Camera, testify.
They had a deal with the Christian college I was going to, and I hadn't taken any electives yet, so I was able to go to LA for 1 semester for the exact same price as attending school in Abilene, right? So I come out here, and it's, first of all, film school students are the fucking worst students there are.
Yeah.
On top of this, they had the Christian missionary complex. And if you haven't been in a Christian environment, the worst Christians are the ones who are the sons or daughters of missionary people. They have this superiority complex where, you know what I'm talking. Please affirm this.
I love everybody, man. I mean, you're just a negative.
You guys are doing this now.
I guess you're just a negative guy.
Sucks.
I guess you just hate everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like a beacon of light, to the world, but you hate everybody.
I can feel you guys pulling back on me shitting on this.
Dude, if it wasn't for those people, civil rights movements wouldn't happen.
Every person at this film school thought they were going to change the world with their film.
They thought they were going to make the Christian film. They're going to make Christian Goodfellas.
Right.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Better fellas.
Fucking literally.
Dude,
I'm gonna make a mob movie, but not with any swearing or drugs or like sex.
I've had 3 opportunities now to have somebody
It's called Godfellas.
who wants
Nice.
somebody who wants to make a movie. Essentially, somebody who wants to give us a lot of money to make movies back in the day, where it had to have a Christian theme. It was like, we'll give you the money to make the movie, but it's got to be rated PG at the.
It's got to be the pro-Christian theme.
Yes.
It can't just have a Christian
Yes.
element in it,
That-
First Reformed or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be like a Christian movie, a pro-Christian movie, and I don't know. I couldn't do it.
You should have done it, dude.
I should have done a lot.
You should have
things.
sold your soul for 40 pieces of gold.
I could be out there touring churches, just write a beautiful, with an altar call at the end. If any of my comedy has made you consider your life.
You know what your comedy album would be called? Oh, pray.
That's good. That's a good roast.
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry. I can't remember why I brought it up.
You just hate them. It's fine. They do suck.
No, but I brought it up for a specific
Abilene
reason.
You brought it up
University.
about taste, where you post something that you think is good and people don't like
so
it.
this is the. I could talk about this for hours. I'm not going to because I feel like it's just too niche.
Just
to sort of
go.
discuss.
You don't have to preface it.
Okay.
It's
Well, there
fine.
was one kid who. Do you know those kids when they turn 21 and they've always loved like Indiana Jones movies and like world history and stuff.
All right.
And then they buy a leather jacket for like $80 at Goodwill.
Okay.
And they wear it everywhere, even if it's 105 degrees out. And it's their version of like adulting.
Okay.
Like they think they're an adult because they're wearing a leather jacket. This guy, I caught this guy. I caught this guy shadow boxing in a mirror in public in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Talking about his script, shadow boxing himself, and then he popped his leather jacket and then like turned 180, took his fucking backpack, which is one of those ones that strap over your shoulder.
A satchel.
A satchel.
Yeah.
He put on his satchel after popping his leather jacket and shadowboxing while talking about his fucking screenplay.
Can I ask
and
you?
then walked out.
Can I ask you? Was this Joe Rogan?
Did he tell everybody that he hated snakes?
Hated snakes.
Yeah, like
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, man, I'm trying to use a reference that you give.
Dude, one of my roommates, he would always hawk up loogies to clear his throat.
Okay.
And one time in the car, we were with him. He hawked up a loogie, and it flew out of his mouth and landed on the dashboard of the car. And then he was so fucking autistic and weird. He just like looked around and pretended that we didn't see it. And then he took his cell phone and like slowly wiped it off.
With his cell phone?
Wiped it on his
Why?
leg. This piece of fucking shit. I hated this kid so much.
My best friend
Say
my
his
whole
name.
life.
4 months into living with this kid, he was a fedora guy, first of all. And his first question he ever asked me when I moved in is he goes, what are your guys' favorite sodas? Swear to God. And
You know what's great about that
love
is
that guy.
I guarantee you the day before you moved in, he Googled good icebreaker questions for meeting people. And one of them was, what are your favorite sodas? I swear to God that happened.
where I'm from, we call it pop. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was drinking a 40. He's like, I'm pretty sure when we're at the film, like at this film school, we're not allowed to, or we'll get kicked out. I'm like, no, that's stupid. You can drink. It's fine.
It's like part of the charter.
Dude, the next day they were like, we will kick you out if we catch you drinking alcohol. And I went to him, I was like, don't fucking tell anybody that I was drinking. And then I hid handles of liquor behind my clothes in my closet, and I smoked weed and cigarettes every night. I could have got kicked out for all three.
So you're saying you were the bad boy of Christian film school.
Yeah.
I love the idea of you
I
like
was the fucking Fonz, dude.
Right.
you taking a bong hit and then like chugging a 40 and then like just coughing and like dying on your bunk next to this man and be like, man, you want to know how to live, man? Just pay attention to me, bro.
Dude, you know what he was doing the whole time, by the way?
What?
We found out he would take really long showers.
Okay.
Jacking off.
We finally found out this fucking guy
Okay.
was reading Harry Potter fan fiction.
And jacking off to
Erotic fan fiction.
Was he jacking
of
off?
Harry
Shit.
Potter. One time he got up and went to the bathroom to take a huge shit, and he left his iPad out. and we opened it, and he was reading all this stuff about Harry taking a shower and jacking off.
Oh, so it was gay
yeah.
Harry Potter erotic fan fiction.
I don't know if we got that far in the fan fiction,
Okay.
but that's what he was reading.
Man, what
Is
a
it- is it
vivid
bad that I'm-
imagination to
is it
jack
bad that-
off to reading.
I was saying, is it bad that I think it's worse if it's gay Harry Potter fan fiction?
I mean, it is worse.
It is a little worse.
It is worse.
If like Hagrid's involved at any point, it's pretty
it's
bad.
just fucked.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's molesting him.
Hagrid's big old horse cock.
This
Dumbledore.
this fucking guy.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, Dumbledore.
Man,
this
I'll
is-
be slithering in them pants. You know what I mean?
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Because it's a guy's dick.
It never goes away.
Yep, that's right.
If you get Hogwarts, you gotta.
A Rippendor.
Oh man,
Rippin' Dick. I don't know.
Rippendor.
Yeah. Pisserin.
Hufflesuck.
Yeah, Harry Potter put the peanut butter.
Puff.
The sorting fap.
Oh,
Huh?
Nice.
Huh?
Is it a big pocket pussy you put on your head, and it
And-
tells you if you're gay or not?
Gay! Please be straight. Please be straight. Please be straight. Homosexual.
they hand him a feather boa.
Right.
You go in that corner.
Yeah. You're gay, Harry.
Harry Potter,
Yeah.
you're homosexual. You bastard.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling fucking wishes.
Yeah.
that dumb bitch.
Fucking dumb bitch.
What a stupid whore.
Fucking. What does JK stand for? Fucking jizz coat? Dumb bitch. Fuck her.
Damn, with a K.
I'm gay, Rowling.
Yeah. What does JK stand for? Giant cunt rolling?
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Fucking jerk.
Yeah.
Kid. Rolling.
Yeah.
What a dumb bitch, though.
Yeah, the only JK rolling I like is just keep rolling fucking blunts, dude. Dumb bitch. Fuck her.
And fuck Roxanne Gay.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Wait.
Wait a second. How did we get to Roxanne?
I think
Gay?
Roxanne Gay and her 18 kneecaps are beautiful.
Oh.
Dude, fucking
You
J.K.
already-
Rowling probably puts on blackface when she's at home alone and just is like, I'm trying to get in the mind of what it's like to be oppressed like a woman of color. And she just walks around the house in blackface and a dashiki.
And then she tweets, actually, Snape for a while worked for Trump in the muggle world. And then just like 22-year-old like fucking women who write blogs for the New York Times are like, ugh. So the New York Times is just a blog now.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not done with this kid.
Oh,
This fucking guy.
Go
Yeah,
off
yeah,
on
go
this
off.
bitch.
This is one of the most fucked up. And by the way, looking back, I have to forgive this kid for everything he did to me in the span of a semester.
Okay.
Because he clearly has a learning disability.
Oh.
Yeah, what did he do to you? He said, you shouldn't drink or you'll get kicked out?
No, he would always say that, and I would just be like, it's fine, just don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And people did get kicked out of the film school, and you would lose all the money that you spent going to the school. And by the way, I only went to the film school because, one, I liked writing scripts, and I knew we would get to make short films, but mostly I wanted an excuse to come out here and start doing open mics in like 2014. So I was like, I can just do open mics at night, and it'll be fun. Because I was banned from the only open mic in my hometown, which I believe I've probably told that story on.
Yeah, Monk Coffee House. Yeah.
A Christian coffee
Did
shop.
we tell
I got
that
banned.
story?
I think so. Yeah. If not, someone will tell
What'd
me
you
to
say?
tell it.
What was the joke?
There were no joke. I mean,
I remember because Ben was like, we were both going up, and Ben was like, I'm just going to riff this time off the top of my head. And you just broken up with this girl. And so Ben went up, but he didn't have any jokes for him. So he's like, yeah, she just dumped me. And yeah, she's a fucking bitch.
no, I never swore at that
Okay,
place.
you didn't swear, but you're
I
like,
never swore.
You're like, I hate her, and I hope she dies because she's a bad. And it was like Louis if he like just had CTE. He's like, because my daughter, I want to kill her because I don't like her and I'm gay.
I remember at the time doing like a shitload of
What
like
if somebody said the N-word
one-liners and stuff.
No, seriously. What if I did? What if I said the N-word right now?
Say it.
No, that's Ben's open mic set. Just goes up. Hey, Ben. Hey, my name's Ben Avery. I was sitting over thinking about this. What if somebody were to just say the N-word right now? Maybe at this open
He
mic.
probably wouldn't get banned for that, actually.
They'd
Yeah.
be like, this is a good bit. This guy's a thinker.
No,
He's a good writer.
the-
I don't like his performance, but great thoughts.
The owner banned me because he got so many calls and complaints. But I remember a couple of my jokes. It was stuff like I go, In high school, my nickname was Babyface because I once ripped off a baby's face and wore it as a mask.
That's just unchristian.
Just stupid stuff.
I remember the last time I performed
Straight
there.
from Hades.
The last time I performed there was a.
You never got banned.
I never got banned, but I stopped going because there was a white woman who went to our college who had dreadlocks.
All right.
And she would take these little African children.
By the way, me and Jace are going up between people singing Jesus songs on acoustic guitars.
Right. It was like a guy covering Hallelujah, then another woman covering Hallelujah.
A lot of originals, too.
And then me talking about jerking off into a cheese sandwich, and then another guy singing Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And so there was this terrible, terrible white woman who really should rot in hell.
I hated that bitch.
She had dreadlocks, like long, clangly, but she was really hot, which I hated her for. And fucking bitch. She was just like always like very like talking.
They were missionaries, by the way.
Mm-hmm. She was like, well, there you go.
They fucking suck, dude.
She was like a granola hippie Jesus freak.
And I'll explain why in a second, Kevin.
Oh,
She was a
okay.
granola hippie Jesus freak, and it was just like all performative. Like her personality was a white person posing with an African child from a mission trip in their Facebook profile.
What a real good person then.
Yeah, and she would take these little black children to Monk's coffee house to teach them how to read or shit, in front of everybody, which I guess sounds like a shitty complaint, but you could tell she was there to do it in front of everybody. And so when I went up, I was just doing like these very tame relative jokes, whatever. And during every one of my jokes, she's like, "Oh my goodness, oh no!" And then at one point, like midway through my act, she just stood up, turned to everyone, and goes, "I'm sorry, but I just have to wait outside." And then she walked outside and just stared at me through like the glass like window of the coffee shop until I got off, and then walked back inside.
She's out front. She's like on the phone. She's screaming, "Hello, yes, UNICEF? Yes, I'd like to donate $2 million."
Yeah, she's a bitch.
I walked a couple tables. Like tables got up and would leave a minute into my set and just watch me through the window until I got off, and then come back in and sit down, which is very Christian of them.
Yeah.
Here's why missionary kids fucking suck.
You mean like in Fantasia when the mops got up and walked?
Huh?
What?
Keep talking.
Jesus Christ. Jeez. Kevin's having a stroke.
There's blood pouring out of your headphones.
It's shooting out of my nose.
In all fucking seriousness, I've always hated missionary people because here's the mode of thinking. They go, people have so much to learn from me that I need to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the Great Commission. You know?
No, rather than thinking, what do I have to learn from other people?
Yeah.
That is no one asks that fucking question.
Mm-hmm.
No one's like, what are they doing that's right? Or what can I learn from them? Or what are they doing differently that I should be doing? It's just, I'm so fucking great and I have all my shit figured out. How can I give this to other people? And that's what's always pissed me off. But there's a pompous righteousness about these people, and then they ask you for fucking money so they can go on vacation in these places.
Yeah, some of it's
a beautiful Africa.
To beautiful Africa.
Look, some of these people are I mean, you've obviously had some pretty significant, I guess you've had some experiences with missionaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you that they're not all like that, you know.
No, I know.
Some of them are deluded.
I'm trying to like have a,
be mad.
Well, no, you got to have an angle, That's my angle.
Yeah, missionaries.
That's my bit.
Yeah, Ben's the angry podcaster now.
I'm not the angry It's always pissed me off so much, and I fucking hate them.
I mean, I'll tell you, there's definitely multiple types of missionaries. My least favorite ones were the guys that are like, yeah, I'm going on a missionary trip for 1 month to Paris, France, to preach the gospel to the people of Paris. And then there's other types of people like this guy that lived his whole life in Borneo and like integrated and built a church and stuff. And
he sucks.
Yeah, he's real bad.
Yeah,
there are people that have intentions that I think are pure.
I just always like the old white guys who would go on mission trips at our church, and they would always do a slideshow. There's this one old white guy. He looked like just Hank Hill's grandpa, and he would come back from like Ghana wearing a dashiki to church.
Yeah,
and he would have a slideshow to show the class. And he's like, and here's what,
Jason's not making this up.
I'm really
by
not
the
making
way.
this up. You
no,
know exactly.
I've seen this.
And he would show on the slideshow. He goes, and here's us at the airport in Ghana, and you can see this was our guide Umbuto, and as you can see, Umbuto had all of his limbs cut off by guerrilla warriors.
He makes sandals with his teeth to subsidize his 1 grain of rice a
So
day.
he just rolls around, and he was the nicest guy ever. He just loved God so much. And
Umbuto-
later, we saw his kid get his head smashed by a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, here's the slide.
And they don't have any clean water, but what they do have now because of us and our church is the Holy Bible. And we go, oh, wow. That's great for them.
Right.
How great. And like, here's a picture of the mosquitoes. If you get bit by one of these, you die immediately.
I will
we
say-
didn't bring them any nets, but we did bring them the Bible.
Yeah.
If
There's
somebody can buy into the Bible so they're not out like raping a kid so they can get rid of their AIDS, then I think,
Well, the Bible never says you can't rape a kid.
yeah, I mean,
Jesus is
true.
famously silent on kid
6
rape.
in one hand.
Where God is
half a
silent, we
dozen
are
in the
awesome.
other.
Mhm. Be hot or cold, lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth.
Well, if look,
And that's talking about cum.
look, I know you're just trying to convert these people so they stop raping babies to get rid of their AIDS. But that's not why you should do it. You should do it because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Jesus was very progressive. Like if you look at the story about the was it the 2 loaves of bread or 2 fish?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Yeah.
2 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
And he that represented at the time.
6.5 fish sticks.
No, at the time it represented the 2 genders. And Jesus was like, look how many genders there actually are.
I believe I'm looking at
unlimited.
the face of God right now.
It was he changed the 2 loaves of bread into an unlimited loaf of bread.
I've never wanted a sound effect of heaven before. And right now when he said
And famously at the wedding, when
that,
Jesus' first miracle, they came to Jesus and they were at the wedding and they said, we have ran out of wine. All we have are these pitchers of water.
Yeah.
And then Jesus actually changed the sex of the bride at the wedding to make it more progressive. And that was his first miracle. Yeah. And they go, truly, this man is the son and or daughter and or it of God.
the groom's all pissed. I still like you like as a person.
Yeah. The Queen of Queens, Jesus.
I'm just not turned on anymore because now your knuckles are really hairy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, let me wrap up the autistic soda kid
Okay.
before I forget.
Right.
4 months into living with him, I saw him every day. I slept in the same room as this fucking guy.
Okay.
He came up to me.
You're so fucking pissed.
He
So
ca-
insane
he
that
came
like, you
up to
haven't
me.
given us any details.
He
to
came
why
up to
you
me.
hate him.
He came up to me, and he said, "Hey, do you know where the He goes,
Have you ever watched Breaking Bad all the way through? Sorry.
They did love Breaking Bad, but some didn't like the language.
Yeah.
Hey, do you ever watch Rick and Morty, Ben?
It wasn't a TV show yet.
Well, I know, but it's a bit. All right, so you're pissed at the autistic guy.
He came up to me and he started talking to me, and midway through he goes, what's your name again? 4 months into sleeping in a bed next to this guy, asked me what his fucking name was. He was the type of guy, he would read this erotic Harry Potter fan fiction, like his nose in his phone, like walking like across intersections when it says do not cross because he's not paying attention.
He's like the original
on
Nutty-
Wilshire Boulevard.
He's like the Nutty Professor.
I love that you are describing kind of a crazy person who's just like annoying you with his friendship, and then you get offended because he didn't remember your name.
It really fucking pissed me. It made me so mad. I looked at him. I go, "You got to be fucking kidding me." I'm like, "You have to be kidding me." He goes, "I'm sorry. Like, I just, I'm like, I've lived with you for 4 months now.
Yeah.
You know my name."
Did you not?
He's like,
tell him?
I don't know it. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
And
I'm
then
like,
like-
fuck you. I
Yeah.
hate you.
You're like, you know my name. It's AIDS Hitler. I told you a million times. This
Just
was you
look at
trying
my
to
armband.
This was you trying to reinvent yourself because college is your one chance to do that.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rebrand myself.
Yeah. I also like the idea of you as the Fonz, but you go over to the jukebox and hit it, and the glass just shatters and like just rips one of your veins out of your arm, and you start bleeding everywhere.
Oh, because I've tried to be the cool guy at film school.
Exactly.
Dude, I was the coolest guy at film school. Now that I think about it.
Oh, congrats, man.
People thought they were like, Ben just like comes to class like 45 minutes late.
Right.
I'm
You got-
like, They're like, what were you doing? I'm like, dude, I was doing this. There's this black comedy club at the TLC Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, and it starts at like 1 a.m. And like I hang out and I just drink all the Ciroc once the people get up and leave. And then I pay $5 to do 5 minutes of comedy, and I get home at like 3:30 in the morning, and like that's why I was late. And
Right.
they're like,
Ben, where?
whoa, you do comedy? I'm like, I mean, yeah,
Right.
but just at the open mic level. But yeah, I do comedy.
When they should have been saying, "Oh, you're an alcoholic."
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Where you been,
which
Ben?
is
And you're
really
like,
what it was.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys ever hear about blacking out?
I did teach some people at the. I feel bad. I taught some. They would call it. They're like, tonight we're gonna party Ben Avery style. Because this was the first time a lot of the kids had been away from their parents and their friend group.
Yeah.
So they had like anonymity, and they started getting like fucked up in parks with me, and they're like, they'd just be drinking 40s and smoking cigarettes for the first time, and they go, hell yeah, dude, we're partying Ben Avery style. One of those kids I found out a year later like had like a mental breakdown.
Ben Avery style?
Yeah, Ben Avery style. And then he moved back home and he got sober and like became super religious again. I was like, well, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
really
And
did
I
party.
kind of feel bad.
Well, no,
but-
now he just has a great testimony. You know.
Yeah, he really did party Ben
he's
Avery
going
style.
he's going up at a church in Illinois right now, just being like, saying a work in your life. I had a man named Ben Avery. He was retarded as hell and so online. And
I used to party Ben Avery style. I never forgive myself.
And they go, what is partying Ben Avery style? And they're like, dude, you smoke a spliff that's like like 70% tobacco, and you drink 2 Colt 45s and smoke half a pack of Newports, and then you throw up in a park.
God, how many black
And then-
comedy clubs were you going up at?
Seriously.
A spliff, Colt 45, and Newports.
And then whoever's listening to that is like, no, that's just what homeless people do.
Right.
That's not partying. That's like someone who has a problem.
Right.
He's pushing a cart down the street like,
Yeah.
we partying now. Oh, we in it now.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I ain't got no property.
But that's
Where's the
what,
kickback at?
Yeah. Man, no hangover neither.
Right.
I'm homeless as fuck.
Anybody want to watch these 2 mice fight on some cardboard?
Free show. I ain't pay for it. Government probably come take 2 cents from this show right now.
Dude, I kind of missed that time in my life because it was my first time being in a major city, and I would just like get really high off of Girl Scout cookies. It's a weed for
Thanks,
the
man.
layman.
Thank you.
For the layman.
It's a strain of marijuana cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a sativa, right?
Yeah, and I would just like have like I would just get really high, and I would go to Hollywood Boulevard even if I wasn't doing anything. And I would walk up and down the sidewalk at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I would see people that were like human trafficking victims and people who were freaking out on heroin and like women screaming and like laying on the sidewalk like crying. And I would just walk around and I would just stare at people and listen to the conversations. And I'm like, this is a whole world I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And this is
Right.
amazing.
It's very
I
interesting.
loved it. Now Hollywood Boulevard is my least favorite place on earth. And
Well,
I can't believe I used to do
You
that.
got to go there again at 2 a.m. I will say, because I have done acid and walked down Hollywood Boulevard
Terrible.
with those same people.
Terrible.
And it is absolutely intriguing. Like it'll really hold your attention for longer than you realize.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, this guy, man, he's popping and locking to his own beats, and like it's
Yeah, I know. I just kind of missed that part of my life where I still didn't really have an identity. Like I had left the church, so I was really open to a lot of different perspectives and ideas and beliefs, and I was learning about different
Well-
ideologies and different people in different places, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much to learn. And now I'm this guy that I just don't want to leave the house.
Yes.
I don't want to have friends. I definitely don't want to go to Hollywood Boulevard. I can't do drugs anymore. I can't drink.
You need to keep evolving. I mean, I think that, and I'm not
Well, I
saying
am.
I'm not saying you personally.
No,
I'm saying
I am still evolving.
there is a condition you can get in where you're
locked in syndrome.
Well, locked in syndrome, or what you're under the impression that you've got nothing more to learn, that you understand what the truth is, and you know what's right, and what and you know who you are, and then you check in 10 years later, or whatever. I think like kind of always evolving and whatnot is important. I think it's one of the main reasons for like the longevity of the Beatles. Just constantly evolving and changing. If you look at like an artist like Eminem, for example, just constantly evolving. Or if you look at some of the greats like R. Kelly, he went from singing about love songs to being a brilliant film producer,
right? To being a legendary pedophile.
Yeah. No, but seriously, get out, keep exploring.
Well,
Ben.
that's the thing. That's the hard thing about getting sober is you do reinvent your entire life and change the meaning of it and change the significance of all your actions and the people you know. Yeah. And you're much more precious with the relationships that you build and the ideas that you kind of open yourself up to. And part of that is just so you can just keep staying on the path you're on. You want to stay sober, right? But then it gets to the point where you go, okay, I went through a massive shift in the past 2 years, and I'm kind of settling into I'm probably going to be a version of whatever this is for the rest of my life. But then you look back and you go, man, I really miss having those fresh eyes on the world. And I don't think I'll ever get that experience again unless I like move to fucking Europe or something, which I'm not going to do.
I mean, honestly,
unless Germany goes back to its old ways.
It's a thing you have to be open to, you have to be open to, the, I don't know, just the possibility of something new or so, and we could be in the theater watching the Sonic movie right now, Well,
my life is significantly different in this year in 2020
You're still bitter about the Sonic movie.
Here's where we could be in the high Sierras right now.
Okay.
Watching the Sonic movie on a projector, of somebody that just did a screen cap on their phone.
Right. Kevin about to murder us in our sleep.
No, about to, love the hell out of you, in your sleep.
I'd rather you kill me.
Well, you're going to wake up one of these nights and I'm going to have my arms around you, and your tears will suck up back into your eyes because you'll be so happy.
Yeah. And Kevin's just blacked out on edibles. Kevin is literally cockeyed from the amount of weed he smokes.
Kevin's like, shh, I'm the Sandman.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Go to sleep.
I am love. Why would you reject this from your life?
Yeah.
Ben, Jace, I wrote you a poem last night. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys are on some gay shit, honestly. I think you just stay where you're at.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
That.
I'm challenging myself. I'm moving. I'm moving and shaking. I just don't recognize that person, and it kind of sucks because sometimes I'm like, I wish I had.
Well, that's the what's funny. I think that's just a Salad Days effect. I think 10 years from now you'll be saying the same exact thing about yourself now.
I love that album.
It is
Mac
good
DeMarco,
album.
good album.
Yeah, Mac DeMiller.
Listening to Salad Days was really the Salad Days, back in the day. Every time I hear Mac DeMarco now, real talk, I want to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Dude, I've been wanting to smoke a lot of cigarettes lately.
We drove in the car for either work or, going to Portland, listening to that shit, just chain smoking, listening to Mac DeMarco.
Listening to a 25-minute long album.
Like 20,000 times.
Right. Yeah, because it's funny. You're like, I look back on those days so fondly, and it's like if you were just like could transport yourself back into one of those days, your just mental thoughts would be like, man, I want to die just over and over and over again.
I actually felt
I'd love to yes and the bit, but I just remember fucking smiling like it just like it was freezing cold. We're smoking cigarettes, Ben, hitting. The beers on the side of the road.
You guys were both miserable after that trip.
I don't look back on those days with delight at all.
No, I
was miserable.
I had a great time.
But I'm saying I think that's how memory works is you tend to varnish over all these cracks and faults in your life, and you just like, that was great. But you're not remembering the daily stresses and anguishes.
But I will say I had this, and this is linked to Brody Stevens in this weird way. I had this 6-month manic phase when I went to LA. And then when I had to come back, I had the worst depressive episode of my life where I was just drinking in bed and I couldn't shower or brush my teeth for like weeks on end. I willed myself into that phase because Brody Stevens' show was on Comedy Central. And I started just doing impressions of Brody Stevens all the time, like in my head and out loud.
Yeah.
And I started to pick up on this weird positivity of like, if I started to have a negative thought, I'd be like, nope, gonna be positive. Yes, we gotta push. And it was this weird energy that propelled me into, I don't know if it was this defense mechanism because I was going to LA for the first time, but I carried it with me and I had this weird confidence then and this weird positivity that I've never got back since. It was like I was a totally different, it might have just been a 6-month manic episode.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think it's just probably just a dumb confidence, you know?
Like I didn't know
I
as
really
much.
mean that's like what it is. I think everybody has that in their early 20s. You're just like,
I see what you're saying.
you know, you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof. You know, everything's going to work out fine.
Yeah, but your physical state doesn't change, and yet in your mind you will somehow convince yourself that you're less as you get older.
I think your mind literally does change. I think that's a common theme amongst people is getting older, just being like, oh yeah, well, you know, used to have all these hopes and dreams, and now it's like I have like 4 dreams.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You're probably more realistic about a lot of stuff. You're probably healthier, but in a lot of ways, being healthier is kind of, you know, not as magical as being unhealthy.
But you realize you need balance or you'll die.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of get into a point where your life, you're like, well, I can't fucking, you know, do acid and go to Hollywood Boulevard at 2 a.m. because I'm going to feel terrible. You just stare at Kevin.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can. You really can. It's just it's not something you want to do every night.
You can rob a bank, you know?
You can kill a child.
Right, you could kill a child. You shouldn't, you know?
You shouldn't.
You can do a lot of
and
things.
we're on record saying you shouldn't, by the way.
Yes.
And if you do, you can flee to Israel and they'll protect you.
Right, but you shouldn't, but you totally can, and it's totally cool.
If you're Jewish.
That's why you convert to Judaism, just to kill a
Just
child
to become a pedophile.
and flee to Israel.
I think it's healthy to periodically do something spontaneous that is not logical. You know, that do something because it's wacky or whatever.
Why?
Because it's fun and it like creates a memory and it's a good time.
What if it's a mistake?
Hey, you know, sometimes you got to live life that way. You really do.
Why?
Yeah, but I'm not saying like I'm saying like it's not. Don't be you in your early 20s again.
Sure. I would say, you know, baby bathwater, you know, there's a joy that you can
Fuck the baby in the bathwater.
Yeah, I mean, there's a joy that you can lose when you see the stars for the 100th time and you just go, yeah, they're fucking stars. Whoop-de-doo. And it's like, no, fuck face. Like, take a second and don't forget, you know, don't forget about like how big the universe, all this significant bullshit, you know, that type of stuff. Don't lose your awe of the world and your awe of yourself or your confidence in yourself, because there can be a point where you know so much or you think you know so much that everything's just like, fucking yep.
Yeah,
no,
I don't think I'm saying that though. I think I'm just saying don't be a dumb young idiot forever. That's just it.
Yeah,
that gets sad.
Yeah,
that gets
real sad. Yeah, real sad.
A dumb young idiot?
Yeah, a dumb young idiot, like a guy who's 38 and just getting drunk at party. They're like, dude, you're not going to believe it. I got so drunk, I got a DUI.
You mean a dumb
it's like,
old idiot?
Oh, man, your life's like over.
I just like
that's
that
like really fucked up.
I like you said 38 is young.
We knew a comic who, no, that's really old and decrepit, but we knew a comic who, we all know this comic. I won't say his name. It's Bill Cosby. But he was like the hard drinking, partying, Stanhope type guy. And then fucking, you know, I didn't see him for like 2 years. He just disappeared. And the next time I see him, he's like still the hard drinking, you know, partying guy. But I've like graduated.
Doing the road, man.
I'm doing the road, man. I just played a chicken coop in Louisiana. Paid $80. They raped me. A chicken raped me at the show.
Part of my pay.
Yeah, you know, that's
that's how they pay you,
brother.
There.
That's how you get great. And
those guys have storyline fever.
Yeah,
where they're okay with making those decisions because they see it in the book that they're going to write when they're famous.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
This is going to be a great chapter.
So that guy, I've grown beyond that, and I'm not like drinking all the time. I quit smoking, picked up dipping, addicted to online shopping. But I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, yeah, you know, just living the same old, you know, rock and roll lifestyle. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to be a little better, though. I got a DUI recently. I was like, oh, what happened? Is like you got DUI. That's terrible.
Well, I was drinking and I happened to drive.
Well,
and,
no,
cop found me.
no. This is what happened. I go, so you got DUI. What happened? He goes, crashed into a barrier going 60. I was like, that's not a DUI. You got in a near fatal car wreck.
He got thrown from his car.
Flown from his car. Wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Was going the wrong way on the highway, 65 miles an hour.
I think on the 10 or something.
Yeah, on the 10 or something like that. And like crashed into a barrier to avoid a car, nearly killed some people. And this guy literally, I go, oh, so you're like, are you not going to drink anymore? And he pulled like a beer out of his like jacket, and he's like, no, if anything, I took that as a sign from God that I'm meant to be out here and doing what I'm doing, because if if I was to die,
I was there standing next to you.
Yeah,
he said this word for word.
Yeah, and it was just like, well,
funny guy.
Well, comedy is really poison for the brain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are poison. People are poison. They're just distracting.
You just meet people out here where it's like, oh, you're Boogie Nights. You're the movie Boogie Nights.
Yeah. He said to me after that, Jace, he said...
because a lot of guys show their cock to you, Jace.
Right. Well, I'm always jerking off in a church parking lot for money.
You're just Boogie Nights.
But listen, I don't need the money. I just like jerking off. It's my new character.
I like the company.
I just like jerking off in the parking lot. It's me, gay Jack Nicholson. Wendy, give me the dick, Wendy.
As gay as it gets.
Take a man, then put a dick in his ass.
You make me want to fuck a better man. Here's Johnny Holmes. Other famous... One flew over the cuckold's
Do they
nest.
give him they give him like a lobotomy because he's so gay?
Yeah, he's so fucking gay. Yeah. Chief, Doc, don't any of you guys want to suck a dick from time to time? Come on. Chief, I bet you could pick up this water cooler and throw it right up my ass.
Look, we don't have a problem with the lifestyle, but give it a rest.
That same comic said to me after that, he's like, "Oh, why aren't you drinking?" I'm like, "Oh, I got sober recently." He's like, "Shit." He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but I feel like I'm heading in the right direction because I recently got sober."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Yeah, I'm never going to do something like that." He goes, I have to drink. I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "I drink for systemic reasons." And I go, well, I don't know. That seems to be sort of like a victim mentality. And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, you're saying that the decisions you are making are out of your control because of your own environment. So then you're forced to do this. So you're saying you're a victim."
Which is literally like one of the definitions of addiction.
Yeah, it's just rationalizing it, or just
rationalizing it, but also taking it out of your control. You don't have any control over
right.
it. Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I don't look at it that way." He's like, "The world's fucked up." He's like, "You got to drink." I'm like, "Yeah, again, you're
right.
If you want to drink and fucking throw your life," I didn't say this, but I'm like, dude, it's your right to do it, but
and then Smash cut to him 20 minutes later. His pants are down and he's crying.
Yeah. I also asked him, like, what's this is a white guy. I'm not trying to go on this, but he's a white guy.
Right.
Like, what's like because of the judicial branch, you're an alcoholic because of like a bill that got passed that you don't like?
They won't let me watch the Joker movie, so I got to drink. I can't carry an AR-15 into my son's school, and that's why I turned to wild turkey, brother.
Your Honor, I drink for systemic issues.
Oh, the jury has found that this guy is cool as shit and is innocent of manslaughter. Yeah.
That guy fucking hates himself.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call your attention to the small buttons all over this man's jacket and his pork pie hat. And I will have marked into evidence that this guy is cool as fuck. Bailiff, if you could have all the losers escorted out of the room. Because honestly, Judge, you sound like a loser right now.
Judge, this man parties Ben Avery style. Yeah. And as we all know, Ben Avery style is protected under California state law as being cool as shit.
She's like, you don't have to tell me. She pulls out an air horn out of it underneath. Oh, Ben Avery style?
Spuds McKenzie runs in. The ghost of Spuds McKenzie.
Who was that again?
It was the like Budweiser dog.
I thought that was the basketball player.
No, you're thinking of Air Bud.
Yeah, he was actually killed by the American Spirits Indian.
No, I'm thinking of Bugsy Mogues.
Muggsy Boggs?
Wasn't there a basketball?
No, there was a
basketball
basketball player named Muggsy Bogues, and he was like 5
Muggsy.
foot. Bugsy Bogues.
And you said Spuds McKenzie?
Spuds
Which is a
McKenzie.
dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Bugsy Mogues was 5'6", and he played on the Bullets with Manute Bol, who was 7'7", famously.
A Heitzel and a Chad.
Yeah, that's
love
exactly
to see
right. A short king.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah. A short king, man.
Yeah. Fucking coward hour going up and down the court.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
Should we start a beef with Coward Hour?
Yeah, that would be great, honestly.
I'm gonna be on. I'm doing recording with them tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be great for the beef then.
Oh yeah. Should
Yeah.
I start talking shit?
Yeah, you should start taking shit right now.
No. I think when I get on their podcast, I'll just be like, "You just want me on because you guys fucking suck ass."
The worst beef starter.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Happy to be on. I guess.
Right.
What favor are you gonna do me now? Who's?
Yeah, that's Kevin turning heel.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are great. Not. Psych. You have a black goatee out of nowhere.
A penciled in mustache.
In all seriousness, they should rename the show Coward Minute. Because that's about all the fucking content they have
Yeah.
for the duration of the hour.
Fucking assholes. Yeah.
Just because we record 3-hour podcasts.
Right.
Well, yeah, because we're actually good at this. Unlike Brendan and Nick. I tried to tune into Coward Hour the other day, and Brendan's like, "Oh, my dick doesn't work." It's like, "This again?" He's like, "Oh, I want to kill myself because of the antidepressants I'm on." It's like, get it over with already.
He's really milking that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him, dude.
I would like it if somebody
Piece of
just
shit.
clipped this like just short second and just sent it to Brendan and he gets really upset.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, I do hate those guys a lot.
Yeah, no, they suck ass. Yeah, personally.
Ooh, it's our first podcast beef.
Yeah.
It's our first podcast beef.
I actually heard that they're both really bad at fucking from people.
Yeah.
They're just bad
Me
at
too.
sex. Yeah.
They can't fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one should fuck them.
I hate to, Hannibal Buress them or anything, but I hear that they've been, there's been a lot of sexual assaults.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that that's how they met. They were both raping the same chick.
Yeah.
They saw a chick pass out at a bar and they both called dibs at the same time.
Yeah, they raped her in an Uber, actually.
You got to get the black for that.
And here's the worst part of the story. You know who their Uber driver was?
Who?
It was Harvey Weinstein. Fresh out of work,
Yeah.
driving Uber.
Yeah, on Hard Times, Harvey Weinstein.
I introduced Bruce tonight at the mic as the man who's really shown what courage looks like in a post-Me Too era. A man that can kind of show us that you can have a career after the fact. And everybody was like, wait, what the fuck?
Does that autistic black guy with the Space Jam shirt, does he still go up there?
I haven't seen him. I
Ah,
haven't
damn it.
seen him
I
in
hate
a
when those
while.
guys quit because
Well-
they're the only ones that should be doing it.
I think you spoke him into existence, and when we talked about him again, he just puffed
Right.
out of.
Like Ben built the Field of Dreams and just autistic black guys walked out of the corn.
I mean, for real,
Yeah.
Ben.
you mind if I Naruto run on your field real quick? Sure, go ahead.
in the corn?
Right. Yeah, Ben has to step across the field, but when he does, he turns into Alex Jones. You can't go back.
Well, I don't have to go back. Look, I have classified material
Right.
inside the field.
Right. They're hiding human animal hybrids in the cornfield.
Look, there's human trafficking going on over by the bulls.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Who else should we start? What other podcast should we start beef with?
I don't
Joe
know.
Rogan.
It's hard to start a. I'm not trying to start a beef. I had to get it off my chest. I fucking hate Brendan and Nick.
Right. That they
Yeah,
actually
no,
it's not a
fair
beef,
enough.
they
'Cause
just
they
actually
actually
suck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because we've talked about a lot not to not express this, but it does feel like today is just it's too powerful. the
Well,
emotions.
it's been hard to record episodes like the past 40 or so.
Yeah.
Because we have to get it off our 30 minutes before the episode. We can't start recording until
Yeah.
we're done talking shit about their
Yeah.
podcast.
All right, back it up. Unload your emotional dump truck about Coward Hour again. But, it's the difference between a good and a bad podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually been going to see a therapist about it.
About how
Really?
bad Cower Hour is.
Sometimes I'll wake up in an angry sweat in the middle of the night. I hit my wife. But in the dream, I was trying to hit Brandon.
Right.
So.
It's crazy. They're as bad at podcasting as they are at asking for consent from women and men, from what I've heard. That's none of my business.
None of your business. Yeah.
They're raping men.
Well, I
You heard it here first, folks. Cower Hour, male rapists.
That's one of the reasons I'm kind of scared to go over there tomorrow and record.
They're going to rape you.
Well, I just feel like I need to be strong for all the other victims.
Right.
But
You think you could rape a man? I'm looking you dead in your eye and asking you a question right now.
do you think I could rape a man?
Rape a man.
Like, do you think
gun to his head? Could you rape him?
Could you rape a man right now?
right now?
Okay, Kevin, we actually have a surprise for you. Come on out. It's a man you're going to... It's the worst episode of Ellen. Now, we heard you were sexually assaulted by Harvey Weinstein. We have a bit of a surprise. Harvey, come on down.
Or the best episode of Ellen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We found that the best way to get over sexual assault is for you to actually assault somebody else. You got to pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
What female celebrities do you think rape people? I bet you Oprah rapes guys.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. Yeah, I'd agree.
Rosie O'Donnell, probably.
Rosie O'Donnell, I don't know. She seems more like she has the personality of the Nutty Professor when he's in the gray sweatpants eating the bag of M&Ms.
Mm-hmm. You're saying she's too depressed to rape?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the guys who are happy you have to look out for.
Do you get... But
and that's why Brendan went on antidepressants. So he could get back in full form.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Brendan actually took jiu-jitsu so he could get better at assault. Yeah.
Better at
He's taking
assault.
martial arts classes so he can...
Yeah, he's a black belt in date rape.
Sensei, how do I hold someone down better?
You're not bad at drugging, but your groundwork could use some improvement.
It's like you're doing great, but you just, when it comes to the fucking part,
Right.
you got to step up.
His sensei's holding a little board and he has to break it with his dick, which is tiny, by the way.
Do you get Ben? Do you feel like you get some predator vibes from some of these famous Hollywood elite females?
First of all, in all seriousness, I think probably I can't say every, I would say 60% of the successful male comics that you see in the spotlight, maybe closer to 75, have brushed something under the rug when it comes to underage somethings.
Yeah.
100%.
You mean like fucking on the road?
Here's the thing, Jace.
Okay.
A lot of 12-year-olds on the road.
Jace,
True.
and Jace, you can elaborate on this, but that guy.
Why can I get elaborate on it?
Because first of all, you have firsthand experience with this. Well, you were molested by Louis C.K.
Right, that's right. But that was an honor.
Jay Saber was actually a child bride of Louis C.K.
I opened for Louis, and by that I mean my legs.
It's that one lawyer you were talking to. He said, "I can tell you this: if you've heard about it, it's true."
Right.
I've heard enough about enough people, and I always think of Jace's quote. And every rumor I have heard out here about people that are famous has come to be true.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, most of these people out here, they be raping.
Wait, so
They be molesting.
And just to clarify, and you're going on record as saying that it's bad, right?
I mean, listen.
I figured you brought it up,
they make. Listen, Jace made a good point the other day. He said if a husband is at a certain point making enough money, he should be allowed to cheat on his wife.
I do think that's true, actually.
I couldn't really argue against it.
Yeah. If you're making...
Avery versus the state of California.
Yeah, Your Honor, I make a shit ton of money. I make $80,000 a year. No, if you make like $50 million a year, and you're just providing like just a great life for like your wife and whatever, and she doesn't have to work, you should be allowed to fuck other women. I think.
Well, I think
not allowed, but she should just like be like
Well, and if
there's an arrangement,
if that's something you want, I think you could just probably have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you're the 19-year-old.
No, you should be allowed to cheat and lie specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in this scenario, your wife has to be from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be 70 pounds overweight.
Right. Exactly.
And you still love her.
Yeah, that's what if I'm like dating somebody, if I'm married to somebody and they're making $400 million a year, it keeps going up now, and they're just like cheating on me, I'm like, all right, I get to live in a mansion and have a boat. That's cool. I can go fuck other people, so that's cool too.
I mean, have you ever thought about having sexual reassignment surgery? Because this could be a possibility.
Oh man, have I thought about it? Yeah.
You could just go out there and be like, hey, look, my name's Jace.
Mm-hmm.
I love fucking. I love getting fucked.
Right.
And and if you want to cheat on me, it's fine. As long as you make $400 million a year, I'm cool with it.
No more, no less.
It's a meme, but it's just your open asshole, and then that's the meme, and then it has your address at the bottom.
That's right.
But it's like when it comes to the illegal stuff that those guys do, it comes back to that Trump quote. He's like, if you're famous, they let you do it. Mm-hmm. That's it. If you're famous or you have money, not only do the people let you do it, but the legal system lets you do it. And the cops let you do it.
Grab by
Everybody
the
lets
What do you
do
mean
it.
by it?
I mean, I don't want to go right to fucking kids, but
Okay.
like having sex with underage girls, molesting kids,
Right.
Partying
Ben Avery style.
Ben Avery style. Trump's right. He's right about a lot of the shit he says.
Well, that's just in modern America. If you're rich, you can get away with almost anything. Really, if you're rich and powerful.
I can't think of something. If you had billions of dollars, I can't think of a thing I could do that I couldn't get away with. Maybe like bring a bomb on a plane. Like you couldn't. And even that, maybe they get away with that. I don't know.
Imagine
they
being-
did 9/11.
imagine
I don't
being-
know.
He's so rich and such a bad boy.
Right.
He's like, he just has money. He's just flaunting the bomb around the
Right.
plane. Like, look at me. I'm a millionaire. They can't fuck with me. I got a full-blown bomb on this plane. And ain't nobody going to say shit.
Right.
So I paid the government under the table.
Or you could be like so rich you could just hold a press conference and just like you walk up to the mic and you just say the N-word one time. And then people are
that
questioning
too.
you're like, I can say it. I have $400 billion. What are you gonna do to me?
Be like,
They're
that's
like, we're
true.
gonna be mad at you for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's like just legalize pedophilia because they're just.
the
Because they're
jokes
just.
that
Do,
you
it's
make-
like, can we stop pretending it's illegal? Because everybody's doing it and no one's getting caught unless they're a poor person.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe pedophiles are only poor.
You're at a
people.
rally just with a big sign that says "legalize it."
I mean, just stop lying to me. It's clearly legal in whatever world these fucking people live in
it's
because
legal
they
if you-
don't get in trouble for it.
It's
Have you
legal
ever
if you're
thought-
rich. Yeah,
You should make this speech at the city council meeting.
Hey, you're the new Chad Goes Deep,
Yeah, you're like, just stop lying to me.
right?
Just make pedophilia legal.
Human trafficking, just make it all legal because you guys are doing it anyway. Stop pretending it's against the law.
Or maybe have-
no one goes to jail for it.
Maybe have like a Disney
Yeah.
World just for rich people, where it's the only place in the U.S. you can legally like have sex with a child.
Young man plays devil's advocate in front of the entire city council.
Young man dies on world's smallest hill. Yeah, it's good shit.
Ben, have you ever thought about, you used to always post that you're gay, you'd come out.
Yeah, I'd come out of the closet on Facebook a lot and freak everybody in my family out.
Do you think if your family accepted that you were gay and they were cool with it, you'd just start saying you're a pedophile on Facebook?
Like if they were, like if the troll didn't work and everybody
Yeah.
just loved me,
Right.
Yeah.
then I would come out. What would be the next step? Because pedophilia would be like the 5th stage of that.
You come out of the closet as racist.
You're like, I am a Nazi.
Like just pretend to
Yeah.
be.
This
Trying
is a
to
feeling
think.
that's been bubbling up in me since the
Oh,
time
you
I
could
went
be-
through puberty.
You could be the male Rachel Dolezal.
Wow.
Ray
Yeah.
Dolezal.
So yeah, then the next step would probably be come out as trans.
Yeah.
And then if they were accepting of that, stage 3 is I come out as transracial.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, step 4, I'm just a full-blown skinhead neo-Nazi.
Who's also black.
Yeah. And if they're accepting of that, then I guess I just come out as a pedophile. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they're accepting of that, I guess then I just go on to be a billionaire.
And at that point, you'd be a
And very
gay,
successful.
transgender Nazi pedophile.
Who's transracial
which
also.
is also the name of my new book coming out.
So I would be a black woman who's trans, who's also a Nazi, who molests children.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is because you have 3 really hero things and 2 bad guy things, you're still a hero.
Yeah.
Because you have one, it cancels out. You have 1 hero thing left.
Because it's top heavy.
Intersectionality's black box.
Right. They're like, all right, we'll take away black and transgender, so you're just, a woman now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to, he did molest all his kids, that's for sure. I would like you to take a look at the dress that he's wearing right now. And just consider that. You know, he's also in a wheelchair, folks. Let's give him.
I'm wearing a big moo-moo.
Can you give
and
him
I'm in a rascal scooter. I'm 500 pounds.
But you
You're
put
just
the moo
rubbing-
over the whole rascal scooter, so it just looks like you look like Kirby in a dress just floating down the courtroom.
You're curling your hair and rubbing charcoal all over your face. And they're like, "What are you doing, sir?" And you're like, "It's not my job to explain to you everything and who I am." Okay.
Can I be smoking like a big crystal skull bong? Can I be hitting dabs off of a crystal skull dab
Yeah, that'd be
bong?
great. Or just
Yeah.
smoke meth in the courtroom.
Just smoking meth.
Yeah, just like heating up a Bunsen beaker.
With those things that click to get the
The clicky thing,
Yeah.
and then you have a huge flame on the stand, and you just like take out one of those round ball things that you smoke crack and meth out of. It's like, smoke break. You smoke them if you got them.
You take 25 minutes to set up a hookah. And you're like putting the tips on and like trying to like get other people.
Right.
You want some?
Come on, it's Tiger Cherry.
Come
Tiger
on,
Cherry.
man.
Yeah.
I like to put ice on the top of it.
What do you do about black brothers and sisters? Want to hit off the hookah?
Yeah, you in the middle of like Crenshaw.
Dude, it'd be great if like dab guys and hookah guys started becoming missionaries and they just go over to Africa and just smoke people out.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
They just bring hookahs to the masses.
I am so much more hungry now. I was so hungry and now I'm so high.
Oh, man, I'm pretty sure they got a lot of
Right.
they got weed.
Dude, we're going to let him
in
boot.
Africa?
Yeah. It was in that book that I read.
What book?
The one that I
The
mentioned
bell
last
curve?
time. Yeah, the bell curve. No, it was that boy soldier book.
What were you saying, Jace?
Oh, I was just saying, just the bit was like, we're going to let Mbuto hit the 20-foot bong. I am so weak to hold the bong. Please hold the cob for me.
Oh, and the
Too weak to pack a ball.
Oh, this is a big fat bowl you got.
Hey, man, that's a nice ball you got there.
Jamaican African guy.
Yeah.
Legalize it.
Dude, African women turn their fucking heads into a upside down bong. Where they put the rings on the... It looks like a fucking upside down bong, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Are they still doing that shit where they stretch their neck out 5 feet?
I don't know.
Probably,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it in a while.
The fuck is that about? I'm serious. What the fuck? I don't know if that offends people, but like, cut that shit out. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like, what is even the point of that? It's just like...
Is that why they're not allowed to drive?
Yeah, because they can't fit their heads in
Yeah.
the car. Yeah. They just look like they're in the Men in Black headquarters. Just this alien walking around. And not because they're black, because their necks are long. Yeah.
How will you drive with your gargantuan lip ring?
Dude, speaking of lip rings and shit like that, do you think hipsters are going to start doing that neck thing where they elongate their neck?
Dude,
hope
I
so.
swear to God, that I guarantee there's one woman in Portland who's doing that.
There has to be.
But she's so fat, her neck just looks normal by the end. She looks like an orange with a toothpick in it and a grape on top of that toothpick.
She just chokes on a whole hand.
Right. She looks like a diagram of the Earth and the Moon that an 8th grader made. This dumb, fat, imaginary bitch I made up.
Do you guys want to know something super gay I did yesterday?
Sucked a man's penis.
I sucked the guy's cock. And I swallowed his cum.
Dude.
That is
and
pretty
I played
gay.
with his balls.
Dude, that's so fucking gay, man.
It was super funny, though.
Yeah.
I had to do it for the bit.
The-
Because I need more stories for the podcast.
Respect the bit, dude. I'm a bit gangster.
I mean,
Bit-
it's funny to say it.
bit
Funnier
gang.
to do it.
bit gang. People be like, you blood, you a crap. I'm bit. I'm bit gang.
Blood, crit. And I'm a comic.
I got transracial surgery for the bit.
Y'all see that movie Signs? The aliens were just spilling blood out in the field.
Yeah, it's a news report being like, we're not sure what the signs mean, but we fear that they may be aggressive. And it's just a giant shot of a cornfield with the blood hands in the cornfield. An alien wearing a do-rag.
She has to leave out glasses of lean all over the house.
Swing away, Dan. Swing away at that black alien.
It's George Zimmerman. Right. Yeah.
Well, it's still Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah,
right.
It could just be Mel. Why that Joaquin Phoenix swings the bat?
Yeah, but it's Mel Gibson's who's the dad.
Oh, but who swings the bat? Isn't it Joaquin?
It's Joaquin.
Yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix.
But he says swing away. Right,
yeah,
right.
he goes swing away, Mel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just the Torah.
Wait, why?
The Torah is just on a table. Mel Gibson's like swing away. All the aliens have little yarmulkes and shit.
Now they're Jewish.
It's just
Why not? Sure.
Right.
It's just the signs in the field can also just be Hebrew.
Right, sure. It's a cutout of a penny in a cornfield. Various other racial stereotypes.
the entire time Mel Gibson's just been burning crosses and nobody knows why.
Right.
Then the aliens show up and they're like, they hate the burning crosses.
Right. Everything comes together. Yeah. That's a good. I like that movie though.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I like M. Night Shyamalan a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he made a couple good movies. Yeah.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, he never really went anywhere.
Avatar was the worst movie I've
By the
ever
way, none of
seen
his
in my
movies
life.
are flops. By the way, all of his movies have made like 10 times their budget back.
Did
Yeah.
Avatar, The Last Airbender?
I think even Avatar did.
I think that has
Avatar was a
0% on Rotten
huge
Tomatoes.
success.
That movie got panned by everybody.
Yeah, people hated it.
My
Avatar?
friend took no Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, I never saw that.
You're talking about the blue one.
Yeah, with all them blue aliens that are black for some reason. Like they're blue, but you can tell they're African American.
Yeah, that was James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he has no misses.
Oh, Midnight Shyamalan.
But the gay thing I did. Wait, what was the joke there?
The M stands for mid.
Because he smokes mids.
Oh, you said Midnight Shyamalan.
Midnight Shyamalan. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's really extrapolate this one.
I thought you just said M. Night Shyamalan, and then Jace laughed, and I'm like, wait, what's the bit? But now I get it.
I said midnight.
It's okay. We're moving on.
Yeah.
We're moving past it. The gay thing I did, I got to confess this because it's a super gay thing I did.
Right.
I bought Doc Martens
Okay.
that are vegan.
What does that mean?
That means it's fake leather, so it doesn't harm animals. So it's the vegan leather, and it came in a cherry red that I really liked. And I bought the boots because I saw Joaquin Phoenix wearing them on Kimmel.
Oh, okay, so the thing is,
Wow.
the vegan part is I don't care about that at all. But the Joaquin Phoenix thing is very gay.
It's very
right?
gay.
Yeah, and you
right.
bought the worst kind of boots.
Doc Martens?
Yeah.
They last forever.
Oh, so many better boots out there.
They're like $150. That should last me a year, right?
Yeah, at least a year. They'll last a long time. I think you
Okay.
can get them resold, but they're.
I'm worried since they're vegan, they're not going to be as durable. But
Doc Martens just takes me back to like junior high and the fucking the goth teens and shit. I haven't seen Doc Martens.
yeah, I got some Lee's jeans. I'm gonna wear faded black jeans and those boots.
Generally,
And
Yeah, he bought Robert E. Lee jeans.
so anyway, it's just super
Robert
gay.
E. Lee press on nails.
Right. Sherman's March to the South would have been much more comfortable in Robert E. Lee jeans.
Have you seen Facebook chicks paint their nails the Confederate flag?
That's great. I love that.
It's
Kevin, have you
insane.
seen that?
I haven't.
It's good shit.
Yeah, that's my future wife right there.
I like the idea of Robert E. Lee jeans, but there's just no ass. There's zero ass in the jeans. You be looking flat as fuck in a pair of Robert E. Lee.
If you can't fit your ass into these jeans, you're not wide enough. Move on.
Whiter women have bigger titties, though.
Is that a thing?
Southern girls have giant titties and no ass. The white girls, at least. That I've been looking at. The white girls that I'd be hooking up with,
Yeah.
they got F tits and no ass.
Mm-hmm.
What about
F is the size of the cup.
What about like Ludacris? You know, he's always talking about big asses and stuff.
What about him?
He's from the dirty South, right?
He's talking about black
dirty
women.
just because it's
No, that's what he
ludicrous.
says. He says the dirty South.
Well, black women have giant fucking asses.
Oh, so you're saying, but Southern white girls have no asses.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't hate on the white girls for having no ass because they have big old bitties.
Robert
Big old
E. Lee-
bitties. Sorry, excuse me.
Robert
Pardon
E.
me.
Lee jeans. This is the only second most important pair of jeans you'll ever buy.
All right. Robert E. Lee Jeans, the only sponsor of the Brain Jail podcast. Yeah. They should do more racist marketing, honestly.
If you got the right genetics, get these jeans.
Terrible stuff.
Robert E. Lee jeans, the only jeans that takes in skull science into the perfect fit.
I love those old. They're not old, but you know the racist McDonald's commercials
Oh, you mean when they started trying to appeal to black people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit.
where it's just an old blues guy like playing a catfish
Right.
on the streets of New Orleans. He's like, someone just walks by with a Big Mac and he's like, Woomba, I'm gonna get me one of them right now.
Dude, my favorite.
Then it's just like ba da ba ba ba. I'm smoking crack.
Dude, when I was in like 5th grade, there was this radio commercial for Carl's Jr. And it would be like, how much would you say that this hamburger is worth? And there'd be two white guys be like, man, that's a very fancy burger. I would probably pay $25 in a 5-star restaurant for that. And then they have another group and it'd be like, how much would you pay? And the guy goes, damn, that's a big ass burger, man. That looked like a good ass burger, bro. Like, I remember it, because me and my buddy James were laughing so hard, even like in 5th grade, just being like, Jesus.
And then it cuts to a Jewish couple. They're like, oh, I couldn't afford it. I could never, but I could give you a quarter, maybe a nickel.
Well, you're telling me I can get a $6 burger for only $4.99?
Not a good enough deal.
Maybe $3.99. Maybe you lower price for me. Or maybe, I upload child porn on your computer. What? That's what we do.
What?
I will call my buddy in the Mossad and he will upload child porn on your computer. You will wait a very long time. It's how we get our way in this world. We blackmail. It's how we own all the property in America. Jay-Z said it himself.
You get. Jay said it
That's
himself.
what the line was about, was threatening to download child pornography on people's laptops.
No, we upload it.
Okay.
But then it looks like you downloaded it. Come on, it's the Jewish way.
There's an ancient verse in the Talmud that says, whoever uploads child pornography to one computer uploads child pornography to every computer in the world. And this is Schindler's List. A list of people with child pornography put on their computers. Oh, yeah, it just became Russian at the end.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, I'm Jewish.
Hello, it's me, very Jewish man. Someone give me my copy of Torah, please. Okay. Can you put hummus on this? Give me one sparkling water. Put lots of hummus in it, please.
Please, we have a long shoot at the child porn place where we're shooting the porn that we're going to upload on our enemies' computers that we sold to them for a very high price, but they had no idea. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
We're at hour 18.
Oh, I gavolt. We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Jace, how are you feeling?
Huh?
How are you feeling?
About what?
About the length of the podcast and the width and the girth of it?
Yeah, the girth is good. I don't know. It's, I think an hour 30 is probably good.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1:20 in the morning.
Right. We've run out of all stereotypes that are possible at this point.
The Chinese,
Well, we haven't really done any Arab stuff.
All right.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Okay, now we can.
Wait. Okay, hold on, but we got to put him in a scenario.
Okay.
So I like the voice. What scenario is he in?
He's
okay. I have a suggestion.
Okay.
He's on Flight 93.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's making that noise.
Allah Akbar?
No, he's going.
He's going. Do it, Kevin. It was a really good impression. Okay, we almost have a full bit here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that we have the impression down.
No.
I have-
How about that guy? But he's actually in a choir, and they're just warming up their voices, but they're on an airplane, an international flight, and there's a bunch of racist white pieces of shit in there.
Yeah, and a really loud Chinese guy.
Yeah.
That I'll chime in with in a bit.
And they're just trying to warm up their voices, just going, just innocently, just beautiful singing, and they're, they're like dancing around in a group.
Oh, why you gotta do 9/11? Why you do 9/11?
Why not 8/11? That's the deal. I hate that. Doing this voice right now.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh, why you gotta do 9/11? Oh, I'm so Chinese. I don't understand why you do 9/11 because I'm Chinese.
Oh man, it's like sometimes it's like, hey, yeah, sure, the voices are bad, but
But the spirit behind them is also mean.
it's yes, but also, I mean,
That
brilliant.
was my impression of Ali Wong.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Why am I so pregnant?
Oh, her. I'm a pregnant. I'm a pregnant with the Aryan from Men in Black. That the Will Smith delivers right under the Twin Towers.
I do not like Men in Black. They steal from my store. And that's actually making fun of racism.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chinese people would have stopped 9/11 though.
What's that?
Because if there was someone in their airport that wasn't white, they would have just followed them around the airport.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Another point from Ben Avery: why racism is good.
Right.
It is good.
Could have
Some,
said,
not when white people do it.
yeah.
Because if someone of a race that isn't white does it, it's out of a place of not being oppressed. So then it's actually good.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
unless it's no, it's always good unless a white person's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
just made up my mind on that.
Navigating the modern zeitgeist with Ben Avery. So it's racism is so Ben, you were saying racism is good as long as you're not white.
That's right, Kevin.
And you got a book with us? You got a book with you?
Yeah, I got a book right here. It's called the Holy Bible.
Got him.
With a foreword by Robert E. Lee.
Ooh, nice. Fucking nice.
This
dude.
ain't the King James version. This is the Rick James version.
Oh man,
Oh boy.
that's an actual black comic that we saw on TV.
Oh really?
Yeah, from 1997.
Yeah.
It's
think-
called Acts of Comedy. And
Yeah.
it's Christian. I have it upstairs. I'll let you borrow it. It's amazing.
Yeah, he comes down. He's like, "Women be praying. They be praying."
Acts of comedy.
He goes, man, I got my Bible at the 99-cent store. I was trying to go on a date with a woman, and she was like, oh, let's read Revelations. I'm like, baby, my book don't go back that far.
See,
And he
the
goes, this-
Sadducees walk like this, but the Pharisees be walking like this
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to read about the Red Sea so she don't know I got my Bible at the 99-cent store. I'm trying to stay in Exodus. She's trying to go all the way to Revelation. Baby, this ain't the King James version. This is the Rick James version. And then one guy after him comes up with a guitar and is singing parodies, cover songs of Creed. And he has like a bowl cut, and you can tell he probably watches 11 hours of pornography a day.
Oh yeah.
In his hotel room when he does a Go Bananas in fucking God knows, like Akron, Ohio.
He's sweating on stage from not getting to watch pornography while he's up there.
And he's playing his guitar, and he's
He's got a. He's just got a screenshot taped to the guitar like Marty in Back to the Future.
That's right.
It's a pair of big titties and
Some huge
pussies.
tits.
Pussies and
Earth
titties.
angel, Earth angel.
He just looks at the titties and he comes back. Oh, he slammed his hand in the car door, and he couldn't jack off.
Marty, we've got to go help you jerk off. Yeah, that's good shit.
But
he's showing the crowd tentacle porn, and then he's like, that might be ahead of your time, but your kids are going to love it.
So he goes on stage and he goes, I went skiing the other day at the ski resort. I wanted to play. I went down the hill, and then I went tumbling too, and then I flipped onto a rock. My legs are broken.
Oh, God.
And my arms are broken too.
God damn it.
What happened to my head? I'm in a hospital bed. My legs are broken.
God.
And like when you would say
damn it.
broken, like the audience would cut to the audience,
Yeah.
and it's just people that have never seen their own genitals.
Right.
And they're just cheering and like
Right.
raising the roof. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
love it.
Clapping offbeat to a Creed song. God, I just wish a swarm of locusts would just fly into the comedy club and destroy everybody. Just like the Red Sea just killed everyone. God damn it.
The name of the comedy special, it's made up of 8 comics. The name of it is called
the
Teenagers.
The Jew Color Comedy Tour.
Yeah, the Jew Color Comedy. The special is called Teenagers Are God's Revenge on Mankind, which is the headliner comedian of the special.
Yeah.
The Jeff Foxworthy of the Christian comedy.
He has this whole bit. He's like, I believe teenagers are God's revenge on mankind. Like, I asked my son, like, my son's listening to hip hop. He's sagging his pants. It's like, I work, spend all this money to, buy him a belt. The kids these days, they don't even want belts. They don't even know how to put their pants on right.
Unless they're jacking off. Am I right, guys?
He's like, I believe, he just keeps repeating, I believe teenagers are God's revenge on mankind. And that was like his get her done. And people would just cheer when he'd say that.
Right.
Do you guys ever have a pastor who would make a joke and then like pause? To be like, look what I did there. Aren't I crazy? Like this in particular, where they'd be like, there's the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and they were sad, you see. See what I did there? And then the crowd would just erupt and start throwing dollar bills into the tithe boxes.
In the Christian comedy special, at one point, where the comic goes, "Here's your sign," and then he held out a sign that said "King of the Jews" on it.
Well, a lot of people don't know Jesus' last words were actually "get her done."
Right. Larry the Catholic guy. Various other word plays we can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord, I apologize. Please smite the little gay people living in New York and California.
Is this Larry the Catholic guy?
Larry the Catholic guy.
Lord, please forgive Jerry Sandusky for all he did. Joe Paterno did nothing wrong. I don't care who you are. That's just correct.
That's Christian right there.
He paid his penance. I don't care who you are. He's good in the eyes of the Lord. Gave a church $600,000. I say he's good to go.
I still eat at Subway. I don't give a damn.
Why can't pedophilia be illegal? Let me start on this again.
Do they call you Ron Pedophilia Charge White? You caught me. You caught the Pedder.
Pedder Salad.
Pedder Salad. Woo!
He's just a pedophile.
Pedder Salad. Every kid I molest is a Pedder tot.
Wait, does he go to jail for molesting a kid and call him Pedder Salad?
He's like, I got thrown out of a bar in New York City for fucking a kid. Now, when I say I got thrown out of a bar, I'm not saying they asked me to leave. I said goodbye. I'm saying they arrested me for pedophilia because I was fucking a child.
He's doing that little lip pierce move.
Right.
That's so good. I think we have to end on that bit.
Okay, that sounds
That's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Well, if you like the pod, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Oh, that was fucking great.
And follow us on Twitter and YouTube and all that fun stuff.
Can we
And,
call this episode Pedder Salad?
Yeah, Pedder Salad. I
Sure.
like that. Yeah.
Guys, I'm Kevin Tenkin. Across from me is Jace Wayne Avery and Ben Avery, and we're all gay.
Do we need to tell them anything? Like, did you already say the email?
Oh, yeah. Send us emails to brainjailpod@gmail.com. And we're looking for questions, something we can interact with. And also feel free to, fluff it up with a lot of how great we are.
Yeah, I guess we're recording these too much back to back, so then we can't wait for emails to come in. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, we've got a couple, but I got paragraphs.
Yeah, I don't want us to read people just complimenting us.
And I will say, thank you so much for those emails. They are awesome. They do make me feel good, and they keep us moving. But yeah, like a question or something at the end, and it'd be good.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people that email the podcast just to shit on Jace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, guys. really does not ruin my whole day. Really does not ruin my whole day and then the beginning of the next day. So thank you.
That's the end of the episode.
A feeling of worry, nervousness will unleash, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome.
Shit, if this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato. Oh God, they're gonna know I'm dumb.